Welcome to the Wildcast podcast, coming to you from Wildcast Studios with your hosts Adam Lund and Jeremy Boucher.
We survived to fight another day. Welcome into the Wildcast Daily Show with Miss Kiva, with Mr. Boucher, your unofficial voice for all things of the 2025 Gilles Cordero Trophy Champion Moncton Wildcats, presented by Discount Flooring Services, a division of Fabulous Flooring. They're home to the largest variety of high-end current discontinued lines of hardwood, ceramic, vinyl, laminate flooring, and luxury model tiles, and even blinds for immediate purchase. And for you DIYs out there, they have official state-of-the-art technology to give you a realistic vision of your project. Located at 320 Collishaw Street in Moncton, or call them at 506-859-9909. I have one baby. Jeremy still doesn't have his baby yet, which is a good thing. He's not in the hospital. How are you, man?
Good. I'm ready. I got my homemade noisemakers. And no baby yet, but I will say it's close.
It's close, eh?
We're near.
All right, for everybody, just don't mind that. She's trying to eat in behind. That's actually a Rimouski fan in behind crying like that. The Wildcats.
I heard the crying, and I was going to quote Big Daddy. Could somebody get that kid a Happy Meal?
Yeah, she needs a Happy Meal. She slept the whole way in the car. Figured, she'll sleep in her car seat in the hotel. And we got her in the hotel, and she doesn't want to eat. She doesn't want to sleep. And Dad's got a show to put on. So let's get to this. Let's go to the. Trying to think while I'm doing this with a baby in the background screaming in my ear. Let's go to the weekly rewind for yesterday's results.
Weekly rewind.
As always, weekly rewind is presented by Alpha's Appliance Solutions. Save $600 when you purchase any 3, $800 when you purchase 4, $1,200 when you purchase 5 or more qualifying built-in major kitchen appliances. Qualifying purchases now till June 4th. For those and any other deals, go to appliancesolutions.ca. A 6-2 victory last night. Gardner said in the postgame, that's probably the worst period of Memorial Cup hockey that has been ever played. My worry level after the first 20 minutes was at like 7.
Okay.
You?
Come say hi.
Oh, hello, Avery. How are you?
Good.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard Gardner use the word atrocious. When it comes to a performance, let alone this year's team performance.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. It was probably the absolute worst period we've seen them play in a while, if not all season. And it was. Whatever was said in the first intermission, I know the players aren't going to mention it, but whatever was said definitely worked.
Yeah, Gabe was like, we got a speech, and then somebody asked him what was said, and he's like, I can't repeat that, and I'm not going to repeat that, and, for fine purposes, he probably wasn't allowed to say what was said in there, but just in a game where it was win or go home, they came out, and I think they had 3 shots in the first 7 minutes. One of them went in, thankfully. But 3 shots in the first 7 minutes, not good enough. And they responded. And I think the fact that they were playing a team that they'd seen 8 times before made a big difference. I mean, you get into that game against. I mean, if they have that effort again on Friday night, she's curtains. I believe. Like you can't have that kind of an effort against London. But we finally saw the top line going on it. Pokarchek had a goal. Sumpet got us going. Gabe Smith, he's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that with 4 points on the night, player of the game. Just if they can bottle up that 40 minutes and bring it into Friday night's game, we'll be just fine.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's I'm already looking forward to that game because I think we wanted a rematch against London.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're going to get it based on the buy and sell Memorial Cup tickets group on Facebook. It looks like it's going to be a pretty heavy Moncton crowd.
Oh, okay.
On some of the people I've been seeing message in that group looking for tickets. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty good crowd. And, if if the Rimouski fans are smart, they'll also cheer for Moncton because they'll want the cup to stay in the queue. So
Yeah.
This very well could sound like maybe a home game for us. Maybe a 4,000, maybe okay. Maybe a 3,000. Yeah, maybe a 1,500, 2,000, person home crowd. Rimouski fans aren't gonna, if they are cheering for Moncton, they're not gonna bring the same energy as they did last night. But they'll be on our side, and it's from everything I've seen and heard. There is a large contingent of Moncton fans who are yet to be in Rimouski to be making tomorrow. So it should be a lot of Wildcats jerseys in the crowd.
Yeah, we'll actually look like a home game, not where the home team playing in front of 4,500 Rimouski fans. Up in the booth, I looked at James Tubb from the Medicine Hat News halfway through the first period. I was like, home game. We're playing a home game. Like, it just didn't feel like a home game, and I'm glad they wore the blacks. I think the confidence that gave, as silly as it seems from a jersey, I think they were only supposed to wear it like 10 times, and they continued to win in the second half. And that jersey just gave them, maybe a mental edge, knowing that they play really well in that. And, I went to the morning skate. Russo came out as the first goaltender to get some work, and he was in his black pads, and I was like, it's over. I didn't really feel it going into the game and going into the first period, but once I saw the black, I'm like, we're going black. It's over. Like we're moving on. 6,943 days it took. So that streak, we can stop talking about it. We don't have to worry about it anymore. It's funny, as much as we criticized the lack of offensive scoring in this tournament, we got two players in the top five, like Gabe Smith, again, just showing out. Alex Mercier's got 5 points. Again, Ryder Ritchie, Gavin McKinnon, Ozzy Weisblatt are the other three Tigers in the top five. Gabe Smith got 2 goals on the tournament. Mercier with 4 assists. So it's going to be a battle. I'm glad we kind of, it's weird. I feel like I'm more confident going into this one, the way the team is playing. Like, they've got their legs under them. They know what London's all about now. It just feels like they know what's in front of them, and they're actually taking this challenge as nobody believes in us except for us. Let's get this done.
Yeah, it's if we can play like we did in the second and third periods last night for a full 60 minutes, I think we're going to be fine. And you know what? It's so weird because, and even though it's the Memorial Cup, my nerves watching this team are not as bad as they were in playoffs, right? And it's so weird because there's a bigger, there's a bigger trophy at the end of the rainbow. But like last night, I didn't feel nervous. Like, I just had a kind of a different vibe to the game, and
that makes one of us.
I kept doing what I normally do throughout the playoffs. Every whistle, every commercial break, I would walk to the kitchen, get a drink of water out of my Brita filter, and walk back to the TV. I did that through every playoff game, and I just, being superstitious, I did it again last night, and it worked. Funny enough, I don't think I got a drink during the first period, so I just started doing it in the second, and it kind of turned the tides, and so I'll probably do the same thing tomorrow night.
Probably. I 100% hope you will do the exact same thing. It was funny. Sitting up in the booth, they had they got all the name tags for everyone, and so beside me was Chris Corey, Lauren, somebody else, and then myself. And so I said to Lauren, I was like, "Hey, I know you're working down below taking videos and stuff. Would you like your name tag, like, to take home as a memento?" She's like, takes a picture of me where I'm sitting because she's sitting behind me. I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing up here?" Well, our first 2 games we didn't play well, so I was down there. So I figured I'd come up here for the first period, or for this game, and if it goes really, really bad, I'll go down and take videos. If it goes really, really good, then I guess I'll sit up here for the remainder of the game. So at the end of the game, I'm like, I got a small idea where you're going to sit for the next game. Like 8,000%. I'm going to sit up here. So, yeah, listen, fans, whoever's watching this, whatever you did, whatever you have to do, superstitions are only weird if they don't work. And that's why players have playoff beards. They don't touch them. It's just they do the same thing, habits, eat the same stuff. Jeremy has the same water, does the same walk. So it's a situation where whatever you have to do it, because we need this one. Kelsey Avenue says she felt nervous. She wore a black jersey without knowing that that's what they were in. Yeah, that's the last time you're going to see them. I'm pretty sure they're going to be the visiting team from the way out. So they'll be in white. Medicine Hat will be in black. If we get there, London will be in green, so we'll be in white. So whatever you did last game, do it again. We don't have any interviews today because I was trying to get some of that, so stay tuned to our YouTube. But I will kind of pivot to something with our Waterworks sponsor. So I'm going to hit the view from the other bench drop, but it's not actually going to be there because, well, let's just hit it.
View from the other bench.
All right, view from the other bench, but we're not even going to have a view from the other bench. We'll call the view from the hotel room provided by Atlantic Waterworks Pools and Spas, providing Atlantic Canadians with custom in-ground pool spas, services, and supplies since '86. If you're looking for a new spa service or maintenance by their trained technicians, get your pool water from green to clear. Call them at 506-859-1980 or go see them at 194 Killam Drive in Moncton. We don't have a guest, but let's talk about some news that came out. This NCAA thing. It's rumored Poirier's going. It's rumored Justin Carbonneau is going to BC. Some offers for a certain player on our team. Then Mikel Alancet come out and said nothing's arranged, nothing's been set in stone. There's just inquiries. Then I sent you a message that the commissioner was on with Jeff Merrick saying maybe there's a potential not for paying players to keep them here, but for other sponsors inside of it, for like a franchise player. Just this is such a moving story, and it's such a mess. Like there's a potential that's 3 top stars that this team could lose, especially Blainville in their go for year. It's a different year. It's a different world, man.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we see like these U18 teams that are, the Moncton, Raleigh Motors, Mitsubishi, Nissan Flyers. Like are we gonna be like next season's gonna be like the Gabe Real Canadian Superstore Smith, or something like
Taylor Ford Denwier.
Yeah.
Like 18 of the players have Eastlink on their jersey. A franchise player that you're allowed to keep has Ford or Honda or Superstore or whatever. Like that's just, I think that's a slippery slope to having a shit ton of sponsor jerseys. And I understand sponsors have to happen. They make things happen. That's why we're doing this show. But I mean, with the mockery of the Motorola logo instead of the Memorial Cup, I mean, I don't want to get into a logo here, Under Armour here, QMJHL here, a logo here, your franchise player logo here. Like, when do you stop, right? Like, when does this become too much?
It's going to be too much when it starts to look like those European jerseys with like logos everywhere and helmets and jerseys and pants and socks and skates. Yeah. It's I hope it doesn't get to that. I'm not I want to be able to tell who's playing, not tell who's sponsoring. Yeah,
exactly. That's but if you're a fan of Blainville, if you're a fan of Moncton, how much, like, obviously you're seeing it in the OHL and the WHL, and you're like, oh, that's not going to happen here. French kids want to play here. They want to play in the Q. There's a very real possibility you could lose 2 stars. And if you're Blainville, I mean, that just twists your whole plan. If you're Moncton, your rebuild is predicated on at some point moving 18 to recoup some assets. Like, this is a new world where a team that like Moncton, like Shawinigan, like Rimouski, could rebuild this quite quickly because everybody will almost be at a leveling playing field.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't want to talk too much about it or look too far ahead, but it'd be great to have everybody back next season. I think we've got the organization and the coaching staff and the hockey ops guys around that can convince these guys to stay.
Uh-huh.
And I can't really say the same about other organizations, but I think Mr. Irving's kind of got he's got enough kind of companies under his umbrella to keep these players around if it gets to the point where they do need to be sponsored. But I don't want it to get to that point. Yeah. I just want to see these guys stick around and maybe take another run at things next year.
Yeah, and Ashley Gardner said that yesterday in his morning availability. He talked about the London model, and this is where the Wildcats as an organization are working towards getting to. In terms of when he was hired, Robert said they were the 45th team in the queue, like ranked 45th by some of the pundits. Well, right now they're top 3. They're one of the last 3 remaining, and to build that with you want to consistently build that, not be top 3, top 2, the number 1 team in the country, and then a year and a half later, you're back down to 45, and you got to rebuild it all the way back up. You want to build a consistent model where, fan involvement has never been higher. So it would be awfully difficult to go from this team to winning 15 games next year. Do I see that? No. Gardner, Taylor, his staff that he's built around doesn't seem like an operations that's like, what? Yeah, we'll go 15. We're just trying to get their feet wet. No. This new world, they're here to win. They're here to make this a reputable program and continue to win year after year. So when we get into tournaments, it's like, we got to face the big bad Moncton Wildcats, what they're all about. They know how to win. They've got this culture instead of the big bad London Knights.
They're obviously a great team, and this whole change is going to be crazy. Like I can't see it where all these players go NCAA and these teams are just as bad as the 2017 Wildcats, but it's like if that's the case, somebody's got to win a game, right? It's just a matter of who's the worst of the worst.
Absolutely. Nick Boyles joined. He said, couldn't they wear their black jerseys for a game against London anyways? It's an alternate jersey, so it couldn't be used as a home or away. They could technically. It would be an unbelievable jersey matchup to see a black versus green. I just don't know if the CHL will allow 2 dark jerseys like that, even though it is an alternate. But I guess we'll see. Stay tuned to our Twitter for tomorrow's morning skate. I'll have ideas. If they come out in black practice gear, then it's black. If they come out in blue, then it's white. Before we get out of here, we want to congratulate Preston Lounsbury on his nominee for being the 2025 Dana Bronze Honor Award for his outstanding work as a Hockey Lives Blood ambassador. There's one from the OHL, one from the WHL. Unfortunately, I don't have those ones with me right now, but congratulations to him. And that's kind of the show. We couldn't get a guest, and I was trying to get videos uploaded of today's morning audio. So that'll be on YouTube here shortly once I put this baby to bed that's been cheering for me in the background, I'll say. Here we go again. Another elimination game. We said yesterday, I want to see what this team is made of. They were made of some moxie, and it's the first time anyone in this tournament scored 4 goals. It technically was a 4-2 win with the 2 empty netters, but if this team can play 40 minutes like they did last night and put that into a 60-minute effort, like you said, we haven't seen a 60-minute effort since game 3?
Yeah, it's been a while. So if there's a time to do it, it's right now. If they've been saving all their energy for Friday night and possibly Sunday, I'm happy for it.
Yeah. They've been rope-a-doping teams just to get to the final. But so stay tuned to our YouTube. I'll have those off-day media availabilities on there shortly. And then we got morning skate tomorrow. Daily show tomorrow at some point. I'll try and get a guest, and then semifinal Friday. And here we go. This is what we've worked for. We'll see how many Moncton fans show up. If you're planning on making the trip, please drive safe. I know there's one fan that's going to be in the building, Mr. Brent DeBorn. I believe he is actually on his way right now to Rimouski, so he'll be in the booth, or not in the booth. He'll be in the building. Kelsey says if we played like we did in the second and the third, we have a really good chance. Overtime goes back to 5-on-5 again too, and that's the thing. We were one shot away from winning, from being in a situation where we were waiting for a tiebreaker game, right? Like we were one shot away from a game tonight between London and Rimouski to see who we were facing. So hopefully it doesn't get to overtime, because Jeremy and I just don't want to deal with that. No overtimes anymore. Let's just finish these things in regulation. You have an excellent night, sir. I think we're going to have Lacage for dinner tonight. What do you got on the board?
We got Avery's got a choir performance to get to, and so no time to really eat supper, but we'll grab something after. Speak of the devil.
Perfect. All right. Bye, Avery.
All right.
All right, man. You have a good night. Yeah. Enjoy a night off from hockey, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. See you, folks.
See ya.
Bye.